Twitter is now live. Waiting for 2 more. LinkedIn and YouTube. Okay, wonderful. Am I recording? I'm going to record to the cloud. Okay, it's great to see you this afternoon. Thank you for joining us. My name is Derren Joseph, and we are HAJ.tax. We are a team of cross-border tax advisors, accountants, and lawyers who seek to demystify the sometimes confusing world of international tax. And today we have the pleasure of joining us an expert in taxes for Bulgaria. This is Rositsa. Rositsa, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hello, Derren. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to talk with you for Bulgarian advantages. My name is Rositsa and I'm an accountant. I work for freelancers and company from, especially from Europe, but from other countries like ex-Soviet Union countries also, and of course from Turkey. Bulgaria is a very interesting country. We are situated to Turkey. We are border to European Union border, and we share Black Sea with Turkey. We are nearby the Greece, by Romania, and we are part of the post-socialistic countries. But now we are joined Europe from 2007. So our economy is growing now because we found that our people are our capital. Bulgaria is the best kept secret. Investing in Bulgaria is the best kept secret in Europe. Because we have many advantages. For example, our people are almost all of them are bilingual. Workers are very educated, and it's very easy to set up a company in Bulgaria, which are our conversation, of course.
Right. So, I mean, as you mentioned, Bulgaria is a popular destination for freelancers, independent contractors, and the like. I'm aware, I believe that Bulgaria has some sort of digital nomad visa. Are you able to speak to that?
Yes, digital nomads, of course. According to Cisco systems, Bulgaria is ranked as a third most destination with very good internet.
Okay, number 3.
Yes,
fantastic. Yeah.
Number 3. I have clients which are setting up a company here in Bulgaria, but I didn't see them at all because they are traveling all over the world, but paying their taxes here in Bulgaria. We are famous with our 10% taxation. It's annual tax, 10%, nothing else. So Bulgaria is, according to UK government outsourcing association for 2015 year, Bulgaria is named as new offshore zone, but you know that we can't because we are in European Union. So our taxes are almost best that I heard all over the world. It's just 10% of everything that you earned as a company or as a digital nomad. It's very interesting for digital nomads in Bulgaria because we can offer lowest rents in Europe and very good internet communication system, broadband. We can, our government made setting up a company almost online. Everything is, you can done everything online. So I think that you can make your company or setting up a business for 3 working days.
Okay, that's fantastic. So just to cover it, Bulgaria, part of the EU since 2007. It's not part of the Schengen area. It's not
Yes.
part of the Eurozone yet. But so that perhaps creates opportunities for people outside of Europe. It's relatively easy to come into Bulgaria. For those who qualify as, I guess, the equivalent of a visa waiver, I think you can stay there for up to a few months, and then
3
there's
months.
then there's a digital nomad visa. I think that's a type D visa. I think it is. That's
Yes, it
relative.
depends. If they are from European Union, they just need to extend their staying. But if they are outside European Union, they must apply for a visa. Yes.
Okay, so they need to apply for a type D visa. Okay, so that's great. Now let's go into starting a company. So you can start a company in 3 days. Do you need a local agent? How much, if so, how much does it cost? What are the incorporation costs and what's the process like?
Yes. Capital is 2 level, which is less than €2. You can set up a company. This is a minimum capital. You can set up a company almost by electronic stamp. It's very in Bulgaria. It's very common to everyone to have an electronic stamp, electronic signature, and this is something that is useful for us. Almost everything you can do with your computer and electronic stamp, especially setting up a company. All you need, this is something that for now is you must go to the bank, open a bank account, and this capital from 2 level or more, of course, you must create a bank account for this 2 level. After this, after setting up a company, of course, you can do it by yourself if you have electronic stamp, but you can use a local agent. We are using lawyers because this there are some documents that must be prepared by a lawyer. It's good to be prepared by a lawyer, especially if you have more shareholders than one. After setting up a company, you can make everything with your company. For example, selling, buying. It's very common in Bulgaria to setting up a company for buying a property. Especially apartments and land, because Bulgarian land is you can have a citizenship for buying a land, and this is the only one option to buy land, to have a company which buy land. We have a very beautiful coast, and many people prefer to set up a company and then buy land to build the resorts, and this is an option. Setting up a company is an option to have a citizenship also. As an owner,
yes. Well, before we get into that, I'm just making sure that we catch up with the process for incorporating a company. So first and foremost, you need a bank account. Now, banking is super challenging in many other jurisdictions. Does Bulgaria allow remote bank account opening? So can I open a bank account remotely, or do I need to fly into Bulgaria to do that?
Many of banks are have such service to like you and I to have a meeting. For example, 3 banks, but it's enough to setting up a bank account. Of course, many years we are using electronic bank accounts as a Revolut, Paysera. They're allowed. Yes, they're allowed for setting up a company. Paysera has office here in Bulgaria, so everything you can do it by assistant here in Bulgaria, Paysera's assistant. So
okay, so if you want to open one, so you can do it remotely if you want to use one of the challenger banks, but I guess one of the online banks, but then that would require some sort of Bulgarian type identification, right? You need to some sort of ID, the company document, something that says, okay, it needs to be in Bulgaria, right?
Yes, there are 2 options to have. If you are from European Union, yes. If you are European Union citizen, you can first apply for permanent ID, and you can get it the day in day that you are applying, the same day, and with this ID you can go to every bank you want to set up a company bank account. Other thing which people from third countries are doing, they are setting up companies with their national documents. This can be done also, but there must be some difficulties with the bank accounts, because you know that there are many European regulations, and one of this regulation is to checking your personality, and this can took a month and 2 months. But there are a decision. Many lawyers in Bulgaria made companies and then sell them to
self companies. Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Now, thanks for that. You mentioned as well, starting a company to hold Bulgarian real estate, and I guess that's a nice segue into the citizenship by investment. So, could you talk a bit about citizenship by investment in Bulgaria?
Yes. You are a big specialist for a golden visa. In Bulgaria, we had golden visa also, but European Union requested countries to change programs, and Bulgaria was the first of one of the first countries which made such changes. And now we haven't such thing as a golden visa, but we changed this golden visa with a very interesting program, investment scheme, in which you can buy investment funds. If you invest in investment funds, you can get this golden visa. Golden is, it's not the same, but old named golden visa. Now it's an investment scheme. You can purchase shares in Bulgarian companies. This is the option also. You can buy shareholders from Bulgarian Stock Exchange.
Right. And so typical stuff, like once the company is creating a certain number of jobs and contributing to the economy and stuff like that. So I get what you're saying, because, obviously, so we're recording this in February 2023, and this month already, I think the headlines have been Portugal and Ireland.
Yes, in Greece also, Greece.
And
Yes,
Greece as well. Yeah, the golden visa program. So, so in that sense, Bulgaria, as you said, they were more proactive, and they've restructured their situation so that it's a residence by investment, and then
yes,
after becoming a permanent resident, 2 years or 6 years, then you can apply for citizenship. But you have to be
yes,
properly resident in Bulgaria first,
yes. And you can
right?
use this
Mm,
citizenship
mhm,
to go to many countries, as
mhm,
a
mhm,
European Union citizens,
mhm, mhm,
even then we are not in Schengen. You
mhm,
can go in many countries with this citizenship.
mhm.
And it's very interesting. Bulgaria is a very interesting country because our border with Turkey made us very competitive,
Mhm.
because Turkey is a big producer of goods, as you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
and Bulgaria, you can stock here their goods and to sell them all over the Europe.
Right.
And
So it's like an entry
because
point into Europe. Yeah.
yes, and because
Mhm.
we are very close country with Turkey, we
Mhm.
are going there without visa.
Mm.
Just cross the
Mhm.
border, and
Yeah.
you're there, and you
Right.
can buy everything.
Right. And just to add to what you said, so the minimum investment for the residency by investment program is 250,000 or 300,000.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
and
This is euros, even though it's not. Oh, what is the currency in Bulgaria? Is it levs?
lev, yes,
Left.
lev.
Okay,
Mhm.
great. But
Lev.
but when you look online, you see the numbers quoted in euros. I guess just to make it easier to understand. Yeah,
Yes, it's
yeah,
almost one lev mm, is. We are connect. We have a board here.
right. So it's pegged
Yes,
to the euro.
yes, we are
Gotcha.
connected with euro. Everything
Yeah.
is under
Hmm.
control. We are
Hmm.
happy to say that we are one of not very big range of countries that
Hmm.
have a very good range of
Hmm.
our currency.
Okay. And of course, I think Bulgaria is super popular, at least in my little ecosystem, for its relatively low taxes. And corporate taxes, the headline is 10%, which is
Yes,
quite low, which
it's
is
very
quite
low.
low.
Yes.
How does that work? How do you qualify for the 10% corporate tax?
Uh, uh, it's the only one tax, 10%.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
if you have a Bulgarian company,
Hmm.
you must make the annual report and tax declaration with 10%
Mm.
annual tax.
And
Um,
is that world tax 10% on the worldwide income or
Yes,
Bulgaria income only?
worldwide income.
It's
Yes,
worldwide.
of
Okay.
course, transfer pricing rules are the same as in other countries.
Hmm.
Um, we have transfer pricing laws with some of European countries. For example,
Hmm.
in Germany,
Hmm. Hmm.
for Portugal. I have
Hmm.
clients from Portugal. They said
Yeah.
that in Bulgaria, economical environment is more good than in in
Okay.
Portugal. So
Yeah.
I think that
Hmm.
10% tax is almost offshore tax.
Hmm. Okay. And in terms of for the purposes of transfer pricing and treaties and stuff like that, for getting permanent establishment in Bulgaria, what do you need to have, or what would you need to demonstrate? So I guess typically you need to have a physical office, or can you have a virtual office? Would you need
In
a phone
Bulgaria,
number? Yeah.
for setting up a company, you must write in your papers where
Mhm.
your office will be, or
Right. Okay. Yeah.
where National Revenue Agency can
Find you. Yeah.
find you. Yes, and
Right.
there is an option
Hmm.
to have a virtual office, of course, but you
Right.
must have a
Hmm.
address. Your company must
Address
have
and
an address. It's not
and
only office
uh,
post.
post box, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
what about if you wanted to get a tax residency certificate?
tax residence certificate is
for the
very
company?
easy. Yes.
Okay.
If you have a rental contract,
Right.
if you have if you have a property, of course, if you have a center of living, your family is here, your yes, your salary is paying in Bulgaria bank account. It is year by year for every country
So what about for a company? If I wanted to get a tax residency certificate for my Bulgarian company, what do I need to demonstrate?
Just apply online for your certificate.
And that's fine.
Nothing else. Yes.
Nothing else. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So but what you just were describing was a tax residency certificate for an individual to demonstrate that they are resident in Bulgaria.
For individual, it's almost the same, because you will get your certificate for Bulgarian tax administration. It's not you are paying your taxes in Bulgaria. You must, for example, send your certificate in tax administration in Belgium, for example.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, you must issue this certificate every year.
Right. And the residency threshold is 183 days, right? 183.
Yes, 183. Or yes, or you have a property here. You have your families here, for example.
Center of life. Yeah.
Yes, center of life. Yes.
Demonstrates a center of life. Okay. And so if I set up the company in Bulgaria, if someone from outside of the EU, because if you're within the EU, it's super easy. But if someone from outside of the EU were to set up a company in Bulgaria, can that company get them some sort of work permit?
For owner, no. But
not for the owner. Yeah.
Yes, for staff, if they work remotely from their homes outside Bulgaria, no, they will work as a freelancers or.
Right. What if they wanted to move to Bulgaria? What if someone from outside of the EU wants to work for the company that you set up? Is it simple to get a work permit?
No, it's not. This is some of disadvantages. Our laws in this field are very old. I think that this will be the next thing that will be changed, because as other European countries, we have a lot of opportunities for working here, but everyone have opportunity to work outside Bulgaria. So we also need more people to come. Now, you know, we are close to Ukrainian border also. Many of people setting up a company here, starting work here. We have a lot of people, especially mothers with their children. And now it's very easy to have a permission to stay and to work in Bulgaria, because we open our market.
This is from Ukraine, but if you're from outside of the EU, from somewhere else, let's say from the US or Canada, is it easy to get a work permit?
For US and Canada, yes, but if you are, for example, from Turkey, it's not as easy.
Right.
Yes. In Europe, if you are from Europe,
then you don't need any.
Yes.
So what do you need? So if someone is from the US or from the UK or from Canada, like what would they need to? They set up a company in Bulgaria and they would like to work for that company that they set up in Bulgaria. What steps do they need to get a work permit to stay in Bulgaria?
We have here people which are connected only you must fill some documents, of course, and we have you must get a permission, because as other countries, I think in America and Canada is the same. If you can't find the staff for this position, you can get a staff from outside, but you will need a permission from government to
recruit.
have. Yes.
Yeah, right. So that's pretty typical. So the company needs to be qualified to recruit from outside. Okay.
Yes, it's not something. There, it's not long. About 4, 5 to 7 days, you get this permission. It's not something very difficult, but you must have this permission because social securities in Bulgaria are paid by special numbers, ID numbers, and if you want to work in Bulgaria, you will get such number because social securities must be paid.
Right. So the company would need to get permission to recruit from outside. Then the person would need to go through a process. You said the company should be able to get that permission within, let's say, a week, 7 days. And how long would it take to process the application from the person coming from the UK or from the US to work in Bulgaria? Roughly how long? Like a month?
No, if you have this permission by your electronic signature, you must hire this person immediately. You just need to send a special message to the government that this person will work for you. Not only for foreigners, for Bulgarian citizens also.
Okay, I see. So in terms of the application process, like how long would it be? I guess obviously you need some sort of resident director. You need a Bulgarian director for the company, someone who's plugged into the official government system. But for the foreigner, how long would it be before the foreigner outside of the EU has permission to work for the company in Bulgaria, roughly?
7 days. It's
okay.
Up 7 days. Yes, up to 7 days. But if you don't want to have a director, you must you can work with your company without a Bulgarian director. This is something. Yes, I know that offshore companies must have a director, but in Bulgaria, it's not a must.
Okay, that's good to know. What about exchange rates? So foreign exchange, are there any controls? So for example, if someone is making profits in their company in Bulgaria and they want to take it out and let's say repatriate it to the UK or to the US, are there any limitations, any special permissions that need to be,
when you pay your tax, annual tax,
after tax income,
yes. Then if we talk for owner, for example, when you pay your 10% tax company, this profit, you can get this profit, of course, and you must pay 5% dividend tax. After this payment, you can send this money in every country.
Okay, so there's no foreign exchange controls.
No,
there's freedom to take as much money as you want outside of Bulgaria.
Yes.
Okay, that's good to know.
As a company, most of companies prefer to send their money as services. As something that is done by. For example, mother company to Bulgarian daughter company.
So you kind of transfer price it out.
Yes.
Okay, understood. Okay. So in terms of, entrepreneurs, remote workers, what is a typical type of entrepreneur that you see coming into Bulgaria, taking advantage of the opportunities that Bulgaria offers?
Most of them are connected with IT business. Many of them also are connected with investment in properties. Bulgaria is very interesting with her properties. We have a very good market of selling in closed complexes, apartments, and we have a 4-season here. So in every season you can go to your holiday and to find somewhere to stay. And our properties are have a low prices than the other properties in Europe for the same quality. And many people are investing in this in Bulgaria.
Right.
Also,
So technology, real estate.
yes. Also, Bulgarian government. Bulgaria is named as one of the best outsourcing destination, and in Bulgaria we have many companies which are outsourcing companies, and we have 25 languages. These companies are operating with 25 languages. Bulgaria have a politic to invite the companies which are biochemical and communications companies. In Bulgaria, our pharmaceutical industry is very developed. We produced a very big range of very famous pharmaceutical goods. And creative industries, we are open for this, and but outsourcing companies are a big part of companies which have in our market, which are in our economy.
Okay, so sounds pretty good. So fantastic infrastructure. You said is the 3rd fastest internet. Ease of doing business. Opening a bank account is going to be a challenge if it's a traditional one. The online ones are much easier to deal with. Ease of incorporation, no restrictions in moving funds in and out. Very low taxes, both corporate and personal income tax, very, very low. You're already within the EU, and I guess in a matter of time, you'll be within the Schengen as well. An attractive residency by investment program that converts into citizenship in as fast as 2 years, otherwise 6. So yeah, Bulgaria sounds as if it is definitely a jurisdiction to keep an eye on, and for
very
those people
attractive
looking.
destination. Yes.
Yeah, and if people want to reach you, if people want to find you, what's the best way to find you? What's your website?
My website is very strange, sounds in English, but it's named Счетоводни услуги Varna.
Okay. Yeah.
Bulgarian language is similar to Russian.
Right.
But yes, it's different, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about email?
Email, yes, it's almost the same.
Okay.
Like Счетоводни услуги Varna.
Okay. What people can do for the native English speakers, if they contact me, I'll definitely introduce them to you via email, so that might be easier. Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, Rositsa, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for sharing your insights and your perspective on what makes Bulgaria an attractive jurisdiction, not just to do business, but as well as to live, to actually move and to pursue citizenship. Yeah.
Excuse me, I forgot to tell you that we are also a good Bitcoin destination.
Crypto, yeah.
As a Portugal, yes, we are crypto opened. Here, you can't buy a property with Bitcoin, but here we have a very good taxation for Bitcoins and other, of course, cryptocurrencies. Now it's not very crypto business is not as good as it was, but yes.
So in terms of capital gains taxes, which would apply to crypto, unless you're a trader, right? So capital gains are what? Would that be 10% as well?
Yes, 10%. Yes. But 10% when you use when you exchange your
crypto for fiat.
Yes, for fiat. Yes.
Right. So, okay. So and that's good. So whether you're a trader or you're an investor, it's a very low 10%, which to be
Yes.
fair, seeing that there's now taxation on crypto in Portugal, which is, high as I think as high as 28%, then therefore 10% seems to be very, very attractive.
Yes, we are trying
Yeah.
to make meeting
Hmm.
for Portugal and Bulgarian
Hmm.
crypto meeting
Mm.
because it's something that we can talk for it.
Work
Yes,
together.
and
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Rositsa, again, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
thank you. Bye.